Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Saving Sunderland. Now in today's episode we are of course going to be doing the Champions League semi-final. But before we get into that, we've got to do the draw. Right, so we're at the draw. We also know the teams we could face: Man City, Juventus and Barcelona. To be honest with you, Juventus are probably the weakest side left in the competition, but I want Man City. I want to take them out before the final. So we'll click on automatic draw. We'll see who comes out first. Manchester City come out first. Come on. Yes. We've got Man City. Now, we're always dominating them in the league, but of course they beat us in the Champions League final last season. So hopefully we can get through this semi-final tie and exercise those demons. Right, so before we get into the Champions League semi-final against Manchester City, we'll quickly go over the fixtures that you've missed in between. We beat Arsenal 4-0 at home, Vignato linking with a double, and Aran's getting the goals for us. Pretty easy game, pretty routine. We then had a home tie against Everton, and we got beat 1-0. The first defeat in the league for a long time from this season. We did create a couple of chances, but we just weren't really that clinical on the night. They took the lead in the 6th minute very early on, and we couldn't claw it back. And I've just played Liverpool in the FA Cup semi-final, and we won 3-0, a double from Lincoln and one from Vignato, so we will be in the FA Cup final. But that's all the fixtures that you've missed. We'll quickly get our team into shape. So we'll start with Pickford in goal, Pfeiffer, Luis and Rios at centre-back, Rickson and Malagres as our wing-backs, Esparza and Phil Foden in the centre with Vignato on the right, Dimitri Annan or Luis Enrique Arans. I'm going to start with Arans because he's my boy. And Lincoln up top. We'll have Younger Blout, Tierney, Guendouzi, Sancho, Dimitri Annan, Zahir and Ruben Diaz on the bench. They line up 4-5-1, David Dawes, someone who we could have had at one point in time, a world-class English central midfielder. Unfortunately, they have got him. And of course, the German, absolute fan, probably the best striker on the game right now. Absolutely fantastic. We're going to have to keep them out of the game if we're going to get anything in this first leg. So the first leg we are away from home, of course, which is what I prefer, so we can take them back to the stadium a light and we know what we'll have to do at home to get the job done. I just hope that we can at least get an away goal, at least get something. If we can get a draw or a win, obviously, will be fantastic. But at least if we get a away goal and we give ourselves a chance in the second leg. Highlight early on, Andrews on the edge for Manchester City takes the strike and he goes very, very close. We'll get the latest scores up as well. Barcelona have took an early lead away at Juventus in their first leg. Highlight now, Marasek with the ball back post for Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne is back on it now, finds Digne on the left. Oh, he takes a strike and he hits the post. That was very, very close. Pinamonti now on this right hand side gets the ball in. Ulbricht will manage to get it clear. This highlight has been going on for a very, very long time. Man City have got us pinned in. Can we get the challenge in, lads? Get the ball rid. Thank God for that. Man City are dominating early on. We really need to start getting into this game. But they haven't scored. And they have had a good chance, but they didn't take it. And that's it. Half time, 0-0 against Man City. We'll get the boys back out for the second half. And in this half, we're shooting from left to right. Highlight now, we have the ball quite deep in our own half. All the way back to Pickford. We've worked it nicely and we've got it up to Lincoln. He can drive at the defence, but he gives it away. And now Man City will definitely break. Oh, but we'll get the challenge in on Ulbricht. And now can we break? Luis Enrique Arans finds Esparza in the centre, finds Vignato in the box, he's through, and he makes it 1-0. We are 1-0 up in the first leg. Come on, boys, come on. As you can see here, Arans finds Esparza in the centre, and he takes his time with the ball, spots the run of Vignato, cuts in through the defenders, and the keeper should be doing better at his near post. But we don't care, we are 1-0 up. Highlight straight after kick-off, I hear these. David Dawes on the ball now, quite high up the pitch, back to Andrews. Finds Zivkovic on the right-hand side. They've got a lot of men forward. Andrews down this left-hand side. There's 5 of them in the box right now. Can we get the challenge in? We can. Rickson gets in, but he gives the ball straight back to the Man City player. Zivkovic now can run down this right-hand side. Malagres with a hell of a challenge. Stones now gets the ball in. Zivkovic is there. This is torment. This is just torment. Take your strike. David, oh my God, why did I say take your strike? David Dawes is absolute, what a worldie that was. As we can say, a great challenge by Malagres on Zivkovic. He did a good couple of them in that highlight, but unfortunately, David Dawes took the strike from very deep. Pickford couldn't do anything about it. The net physics in Football Manager struggled with that one, and it's 1-1. 70 minutes in, we'll make some changes, freshen things up a bit. Phil Foden is on a yellow, and he is struggling, so we'll get him off. We'll get Milagres. He was playing so well, but he's struggling, so we'll get him off. And we'll get Jadon Sancho on for Vignato. Oh, Esparza is off the pitch with an injury. Are Manchester City going to make us pay for going down to 10 men at this point? Guedes to David Dawes. Zivkovic has got a lot of space on this right-hand side, but we cut it out with Rickson. Can we break now? Lincoln. Oh, he's challenged by the Man City players. Kevin De Bruyne now. They've got the run of Ulbricht and David Dawes coming up. Zivkovic. Jose Luis can clear. Come on. Lincoln takes the strike and it's absolutely terrible. 30 seconds over the allotted time, referee. Blow the whistle, ref. Blow the whistle. Guedes, Pickford claims. That's it. 1-1 in the first leg. Obviously, a great result for us. We've got the away goal and we know exactly what we need to do going back to the Stadium of Light. We'll keep clean sheet, we're through. And in the other leg, Barcelona did finish 1-0 against Juventus, so they are very much in the ascendancy for going to the final. Esparza is out for 4 to 5 days, which is not too bad. Or he might not make the second leg, depends on his conditioning. But I'll quickly play the Swansea game, and then we'll get into the second leg. So we've just played the Swansea in the Premier League, and we won 3-0. 2 goals from Luis Enrique Arans and 1 from Dimitri Anand gave us the victory. And I believe that victory has just confirmed us as Premier League winners. And there it is, Sunderland clinched the Premier League title, so we've won it again 3 times in a row for us now. But we all know it's not the Premier League that I want, it's the Champions League. So we're here, it is second leg day, and this is the team we're going to go with. Pickford in goal, Pfeiffer, Rios and Luis as our centre-backs. We're going to start with Rickson as our right wing-back and Milagres as our left wing-back. Ricardo Esparza is struggling for fitness, so Guendouzi's going to get the nod over him with Phil Foden in the centre. Vignato is of course going to start on the right, Luis Enrique Arans on the left and Lincoln up top. We'll have Younger Blout, Althans, Tierney, Esparza, Sancho, Dimitri Anand and Mohamed Zahir as our substitutes. Right lads, don't mess this up. We know what we've got to do. Keep a clean sheet. That's all we need. A clean sheet and we're through. But if not, just a convincing win will be lovely. So we'll kick off against Manchester City, shooting from left to right in this first half. Come on boys, please. Highlight now, Vignato on this right hand side gets a corner in. Jose Luis is there and he hits the bar. Rickson trying to keep it alive, but Man City might be able to break. Get the latest scores up. Juventus have actually equalised against Barcelona on aggregate, so that's going to extra time if things stay as they are. But if things stay as they are here, we are going through. Highlight now, Phil Foden plays a long ball over the top for Lincoln, but he's not going to get there. Phil Foden now to Luis Enrique Arans on the left hand side. Guendouzi's got a lot of space. Tries to find Lincoln, but a long ball over the top for Ulbricht. He's through on goal. Oh, and he puts it away. It's 1-0 Man City. Oh, it was a stupid ball by Guendouzi. Are we going to regret not starting Esparza? Maybe. Marasek just punts it over the top of our defence. We of course always play with a high line. And Ulbricht took advantage of that with his pace. 1-0 Man City. And that's it. Half time against Man City. We're 1-0 down. And as things stand, we're not even going to make it to the final this year. Come on boys, we need a big second half here. The time's just ticking away. 15 minutes in already. 20 minutes in already. Nothing is happening. Oh well lads man, for God's sake. Right, I've had to pause it. Literally not a highlight so far in this match. We've made some tactical changes, went overload. This is all we can do at this point. 77 minutes in, we'll make some changes. We'll get Guendouzi off for Esparza. We'll get Dimitri Anand on for Luis Enrique Arans. And I sort of don't want to make any more. Oh, we're going out of the Champions League, lads. Semi-final. First highlight of the second half happens 85 minutes in, and it looks like it's going to be a counter-attack by Man City. Guedes puts the ball in the back of the net, and it's 2-0 Man City on the night, 3-1 on aggregate. Am I going to win the Champions League before FM18 comes out? I don't know if I am. 2-footed challenge by Tabarez. He's going to get himself sent off. Doesn't really matter. Rickson's going to get himself sent off as well. Doesn't really matter. And that's it. Full time. Man City 2, Sunderland 0. 3-1 on aggregate. The boys have let us down big time in this second leg. And we're out of the Champions League at the semi-final. Well, looking forward to next episode. It will be the FA Cup final against Chelsea. Maybe we can reclaim some silverware. Well, it looks like it's definitely going to be another season because I really want to win the Champions League. Hugely disappointing to get beat by Manchester City there. We dominate them in the league every season. Every season we dominate them in the league. But when it comes to the big occasions, maybe our players just don't have the right sort of personalities for that. don't enjoy big matches maybe, but we always seem to let ourselves down. Anyway, if you've enjoyed today's episode, please consider leaving a like, and if you enjoy my content, get yourself subscribed. But until next time, take it easy.